Msgr Antoine Audo, first of all, can you describe how is your life in Syria today?
The first and important thing, we don't have generally security, and when you don't have security, you can't work, you can't organize your life, and I can say at a general level, without security, everybody became poor in Syria, and try to find food, medicine, and with the difficulty to go to school and to have education. This is the number one of our problem in Syria, the war and the consequences of the war, insecurity.
When you think about the future, what do you see for Syria?
For the future, we are waiting for peace, because the peace is the important value to can live together, and all what we can do in Syria as Christians, as churches, to find the way for peace. And I think a celebration here in Sweden, in Malmö, has a goal, I think, to reach peace in the Middle East, in Syria, and in the world.
Do you believe that peace in Syria can be achieved in the near future?
I don't know. I am not a military strategic man. I hope for now, for tomorrow, and since the beginning of the war 5 years ago, we thought that it's a question of some months and we will find a solution. But it seems there is a desire of a military solution, and if is this, it will take a lot of time.
So what are your expectations for this commemoration event?
I think at the ecumenical level is very important. It's a very new message that the Catholic Church and the Lutheran Church are giving to all the world, a nice example, a courageous example of working together, and not for ourselves, but to serve the humanity, and in a certain manner reconciliation and peace.
In what role would you like to see the Church in the peace process?
In the peace process, I think we don't have to say Church and Christian don't have any responsibility in the peace process. I think we have to not accept it's only interest of economy and strategies, political strategies at the level of the world. No, Christian has to be involved in the process of peace, to build peace. It's not a question of political and economical interests.
You are also the president of Caritas Syria. What are your plans do you have any plans to expand the caritative work in Syria in the future?
We did a lot since 5 years. We can say we founded, we give the organization a new departure. We are around 200 members involved in the different regions and different programs, with people well educated, well prepared for this kind of work, and we follow 7 different programs in all the regions in Syria, especially the food basket, because everybody became poor in Syria. Education, medical care, elderly people, rent houses, psychological support, and a different program to train our staff to be at the level of to execute our projects.
During the war in Syria, very many refugees from Syria has come to Sweden. What do you think about the Swedish work in this process?
I would like to say it's really a good example of welcoming refugees at the level of Sweden. I think a lot, especially from our Chaldean church, a lot came from Iraq, and now I was told that around 30,000 Chaldean Iraqis are living in Sweden, and a lot came from Syria, from the north east, a lot of Syria, from Aleppo. So for me it's a very humanitarian attitude, very positive. It's a European tradition, this expression of respect of human being. But in the same time, I would like to say it is not the solution to welcome some thousands of refugees. The solution is to work for peace in the Middle East and in Syria particularly, because Syria is a rich country. It has a future, it has a lot of possibilities, a lot important history. So we have to defend the peace in Syria, not to encourage the phenomenon of refugees, because it is not the solution.
Do you believe that Sweden could do something for the peace process? Or do you think something could be done from Sweden in that process?
Really, I don't know in details the politics of Sweden. It's my first visit, but I think at the level of Europe, he must have a role to everybody is responsible of the peace. If we don't have peace in Syria, one day we don't have peace in Europe. so the peace must become the first value for all the world.
And my final question, you've been in Sweden since Saturday. What do you think about Sweden so far?
Very peaceful ambience, very rich country, and the question which comes to me every time, I say, why we don't have the same peace in Syria, our country.